Have you ever walked through an ancient temple and felt like the walls were trying to tell you something? It turns out they are. All over the world, from the jungles of Cambodia to the deserts of Egypt, ancient builders hid secret messages and symbols in plain sight. These aren't just pretty decorations. They're a complex language of power, faith, and cosmic understanding waiting to be deciphered. Today, we're unlocking some of the most fascinating hidden symbols ever discovered in ancient temples. Ijiju, get your adventurer's hat on, because we're about to dive deep into a world of forgotten codes and sacred mysteries. Let's start in Egypt, at the magnificent Karnak Temple. We all know the famous hieroglyphs telling stories of pharaohs and gods, but look closer at the pillars and walls. You'll find repeated symbols like the Ankh, representing life, and the Jed pillar, symbolizing stability and the backbone of the god Osiris. These weren't just random placements. Priests used the temple as a cosmic map. The alignment of these symbols with the sun and stars on specific days, like the winter solstice, was designed to channel divine energy into the temple, essentially turning the entire structure into a machine for resurrection and eternal life. It was architecture as a magical spell. Now, let's journey east to the sprawling complex of Angkor Wat in Cambodia. On the surface, it's a breathtaking Hindu temple dedicated to Vishnu. But hidden within its famous bas-reliefs is a sophisticated astronomical calendar. The number of towers, stairways, and even the lengths of the walkways correspond to cycles of the moon and sun, and the great ages of the universe in Hindu cosmology, the yugas. One of the most mind-blowing discoveries is a series of small, drilled holes found on the walls. For years, no one knew what they were. It turns out they marked the positions of stars in the Draco constellation, as it appeared over 12,000 years ago, suggesting the temple's builders had knowledge of precession, the slow wobble of the Earth's axis. It's a star map carved in stone. Halfway across the world, in the Mayan city of Chichen Itza, stands the temple of Kukulkan. Every year during the spring and fall equinoxes, thousands gather to witness a shadow in the shape of a serpent slithering down the pyramid staircase. This is Kukulkan, the feathered serpent god, returning to Earth. But there's a hidden acoustic symbol here too. If you stand at the base of the pyramid and clap your hands, the echo that comes back sounds remarkably like the chirp of the sacred Quetzal bird, an animal closely associated with the god Kukulkan. The Mayans engineered the temple not just to be seen, but to be heard, creating a multi-sensory experience to communicate with their deity. Back in the Old World, let's look at the Gothic cathedrals of Europe, like Chartres in France. These are Christian temples, but they are filled with symbols that have much older, pagan roots. Look for the Green Man, a face made of leaves, often tucked away in the carvings. He represents nature, rebirth, and the cycle of life, a holdover from pre-Christian beliefs. You'll also find labyrinths inlaid on the floor. These weren't mazes to get lost in, but a symbolic pilgrimage. Worshippers would trace the path on their knees, a meditative journey to the center, representing their spiritual path to God. These symbols were a way to blend old beliefs with the new, making Christianity more accessible to the common people. These hidden symbols show us that ancient temples were more than just places of worship. They were living textbooks of science, astronomy, and philosophy. They were cosmic engines, spiritual guides, and history books all rolled into one magnificent structure. The builders used a universal language of symbols to communicate their deepest knowledge across thousands of years. So the next time you visit an ancient site, look beyond the grand architecture. Look at the details, the patterns, the seemingly random carvings. You might just find a secret message left just for you. Thanks for exploring with us today. If you enjoyed this journey into the past, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more adventures into the unknown. See you next time.